Center Online family and guests, thank you again for being with us today. We hope that you were encouraged today by Apostle Don. Here's a quick clip from today's message.
Thoughts. I want to finish with a couple of the ones that have been the most disruptive, which I'm using this term disruption in a good way. Things that needed to be disruption. Certainly the enemy can use disruption. We're all familiar with that. He always has a counterfeit to the authentic. And we have to learn the difference of those, but there are some good things that have come as a result of this. So we've had challenged assumptions in the church, like any organization, particularly in Christianity at large. And the last 50 years, I've kind of just gone back, the last 50 years have produced quite a few disruptive thoughts. And that may not be in everybody's lifetime. Since I'm only 40, that's 10 years outside of my scope. I really went back and remember these, even as a young boy, some thoughts and things that we had. I want to just go through them quickly and rehearse them, because it reminds us that we have to always be forward thinking. That scares us sometimes because we like certainty, and certainty is a good thing, and there are certain things that are not moving. Jesus is not moving. We're not putting anybody beside Jesus. He's the way, the truth, the life. But there are things that we develop that we have to challenge and we have to look at. One of the things is that there's a difference between a mature faith and a faith that is okay questioning stuff. It's okay, and we didn't have that for years. You didn't question things. That was an unhealthy part of who we were in our thought process. So we've got to be able to challenge assumptions and things. That's not a bad thing. Some of you are already nervous. We hadn't even started. It's not a bad thing. Nobody's going to dethrone God. I promise you. Let's get started. It's going to be a wonderful day. Okay, the church shouldn't be afraid of culture. That was a big thing. We were hiding out in the church. We condemned contemporary culture, and we thought that it was bad. And we didn't realize we were supposed to be in film and art and business and technology and literature and music and entrepreneurship. And so we started asking the question, what if Christians are called not merely to consume culture or criticize it, but to create beautiful things within it? We hid out. I mean, I grew up in a church basement. We hid out. Like, you got to get away from the world. And then it's what I called, I have names for everything. That's just how my mind works. It was the scarecrow theology. Remember the scarecrow in Wizard of Oz? He was always losing his stuffing. We got our brains beat out, so we went to the church and they stuffed back in there, and you went back out and said, let's go, I'm going to fight the world again. Pap, 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 pap. And we came back, and boy, we're losing, but hang on, Jesus is coming. We're victorious. Let's sing a victorious song while we're stuffing stuff back in, trying to hold on for another week, waiting for Jesus to come get us. We're not supposed to be afraid of culture. We're supposed to engage it and change it. We know that. But that was a radical thought. Believe me, that was a radical thought. When that started coming, that revelation, we were like, the world is wicked. And you do realize, I'm not overspending time on Scripture, which is very important. But I'm not spending a lot of time on that because you can find a Scripture for whatever you want. We found Scriptures for all these. But for the sake of time, I know you understand this, I'm not going through all these. So we had the concept of we're in the world, but we're not of it. But the reality was we were of the world, but not in it. We looked just like the world, but we weren't in it, changing it. Preach on, preacher. You're doing good. Come on. Stick with what you know. Don't read the Bible. It'll mess you up. Now I started reading, write this down, Psalm 28. Read through Psalm 28. That was a prophetic verse of what God was doing on the earth. Psalm 28. Don't read it now. That's rude. I'm talking. You have good manners. And you don't look at your phone when people are talking to you and you don't read. Psalm 28. Don't read it now, read it later. You're going to read that the righteous shall remain. The righteous shall inherit the earth. The wicked shall be cut off. Yeah, but two are in the field and one's caught away. Well, according to Psalm 28, the wicked one got caught away. Boy, I did not mean to get into this today like this, but here we are. The outcome is what I'm after. The outcome. We detach from the world. If we're honest, I'm honest, it's easy to be very, very non-empathetic towards the world that God called me to reach into. And so we're confusing ourselves because we're the light, the salt, we're here, we're supposed to touch people, we're supposed to win, we're supposed to be the hands of Christ and the feet, and we're supposed to do this, and we're supposed to do that. But they get on my nerves and I don't like them and they're going to hell anyway, so let's go to church and praise Jesus. So it creates then a mentality that leads us to a lot less emphasis on building institutions, cultivating culture, discipling communities, caring for creation, pursuing justice, or thinking generationally. We didn't think generationally. We didn't hand anything to the generation. What they handed was, good luck. The world is bad. I hope you can make it. I hope the theology was, I sure hope you can keep your salvation through all this mess. And so our whole concept was, I just got to try to say, we didn't think generationally about handing anything. We didn't understand generational anything. Wealth, relationships, handing things to the next generation to prepare them to continue to build. What we did was say, you better hunker down. You better get in church and hide. And we begin to challenge that. God began to release this disruptive thinking. He said, well, what if we stay and build? What would that look like? What if Jesus is coming again? He's coming again. The second coming of Christ is a church doctrine. That's a staple. That's a must. He's coming for us. But in the meantime, what would it look like if we stay and build?
3 things we hope that you take from today's message into your week are: 1, challenge traditional assumptions. Disrupt the status quo. 2, church shouldn't be afraid of culture. We should create beautiful things in it. And 3, Psalm 37:9 reminds us, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. We invite you to join us in person when you can. We invite you to be an online member as well as giving your life to Jesus and becoming a kingdom citizen. We have a number of events available for you on the website, as well as a Connect card if you need special prayer. Again, thank you for joining us, and may God bless you with truly abundant life this week. From the Life Center, we love you.
But the righteous shall remain. The righteous shall inherit the earth. The wicked shall be cut off.